run away. Yes, but I get moved to the room to play my league games. Anyway, the Twitch is now running, guys. Welcome to MMLPro Action. Josiah Frost and Chase JJ. I'm going to duck out now, and I will I'll speak to you all after the game.
Indeed. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Also, this is Jofo, Josiah Frost, announcing another fantastic MML match. Much anticipated matchup between the Bill Power Hour, I struggle to say that, so I'm just going to refer to them as the Power Hour from here on in, and the Green Tide Titans. With me is my co-announcer, Chase JJ. There, Chase?
Hello.
Hello. Excellent. Chase is not going to be talking very much tonight, apparently, so I'm just going to try and find the match, and I'm going to follow it now. This match is being billed and much anticipated, as there's a great rivalry between these two teams. Dating back last season. Oh, there's no. Oh dear, I can't. I'm just trying to find the Twitch, the actual match now, so I do apologise for that. There's been quite a rivalry between these two teams. Last season, we saw the Green Tide Titans deliver a 4-0 pounding to the Bill Power Hour. I think there were 5 KOs, 4 injuries, and 1 kill in that match, and I think it could have been a lot more brutal than that, potentially even. So we're quite lucky to... Have you got the match up yet, Chase?
No, I don't see it.
Okay, let me look for it. Okay. I need to find that. Do apologise, ladies and gentlemen, just having a few technical difficulties at this end, and I will find it. I struggle to multitask. It's a great failing of mine.
Just a heads up, Thunden paid cash for a babe, and I shelled out a little bit of coin and evened up for the wizard. So, well, I'll have a wizard, he'll have a babe, and it's we're just getting into the stadium, and it's a downpour.
That sounds suitably ominous for the match ahead. That was Coach Moreshots, also known as Don Jamaica, who is the head coach of the Bill Power Hour, hereafter referred to as the Power Hour. Okay, now then. What else can I tell you about this before we start? Oh yes, also Thunden, I think, would want to even things up. The Green Tide Titans coach Thunden might want me to inform you that the Power Hour are also responsible for the Titans' first pro loss as well in Season 2 with a 1-0 victory over the Green Tide Titans. Green Tide Titans also in recent days have been known to become called nicknamed the Green Tide Tight Pants. You can read about that story and other such stories on the website accompanying the MML League on www.mmlpro.com. See me sway to that.
Now.
Is it? Thank you, Chase. Thank you. Oh yeah, I found it. Excellent. I will watch it. Oh yeah, I can see. I'm actually following along with the Twitch as well, so I can see now that we are looking at the Power Hour seem to be setting up in defense, and I guess the Titans are out, and then we'll be seeing the Titans set up in attack. Are you free to talk, Chase, or do you want to talk about some of the standout players amongst both teams? I know that some of the coaches won't be very happy about doing that. You want to talk about any of the standout players, or should I just lead on with that? Okay, I'll lead on with that. So, whilst...
Sorry,
That's fine. Welcome back, Blood Bowl fans. So, yeah. So, standout players amongst the Green Tide Titans. There's a whole raft of talent there, to be honest. We've got... Thunden won't like me for saying it, but we've got Goldberg Mahler, who is an extremely fast Orc Blitzer. I'm not going to say much more about him out of respect for Thunden. We have Big Mo. I wouldn't say he's really outstanding, but the troll causes a great deal of consternation to Thunden sometimes. I think he'll be hoping for a really good game from him tonight. Louise, transgender Black Orc, who's also extremely strong, and Rob Shank and Gogber, who are also extremely strong Orc Blitzers. Amongst the Bill Power Hour, again, there's an array of talent. Oh, and here we see a quick snap as the Power Hour kickoff. All players of the Green Tide Titans have been moving to one adjacent square. Wow. So there we are. We see the quick snap as the Titans quickly scurry to take advantage of that. Yeah, so as I was saying, amongst the Power Hour, we have Knob Creek, famous, quite infamous amongst the League Chaos Warrior, prehensile. He has a prehensile tail. He's currently standing. It depends how you let me look on the Twitch to see how we're viewing this. Yeah, he's currently standing in right field. You can see his prehensile tail, but also on the left field we have Maker's Mark, also with a prehensile tail. I think coming into this match, I was thinking one of the stories of this game is going to be how effective the claw is. To be honest, Knob Meek Don Eagle is saying. And just Stevie commenting that the range should make this interesting, and I do think it does. One thing I was going to say is actually going to make it more difficult for the Titans to pick up the ball, I would think. The Power Hour do have Adele Batman and Stolichnaya, I can't say his name, both more agile than your average beastman, and I'm expecting the Power Hour to be looking at them as the principal ball carriers in the match. Titans not wasting any time laying into them. There goes that fun bus on Maker's Mark. Knock him to the ground, but no, nothing serious. Ooh. And that Louise, that transgender Black Hawk, as I described earlier, laying into Jack Daniels, but not able to really make any significant mark just yet. Interesting thing to note out is Gorbag has already just got hold of the ball. I maybe missed it as he picked it up. And it is indeed Thunder on the cam, just Stevie. And the announcer is, howdy, Jofo, yeah, it's me. It is me. Godman Marla coming up there closer. Oh, I'm supposed to describe this for Hez. Quick shout out to Hez, who has asked me to describe everything in as much detail as I can. I'm not doing a very good job of that so far, but what we are seeing now is some kind of screen/cage being developed by the Titans, with Gorbag at the rear. Big Mo, as usual, relatively unexciting, laying into Loner Beastman. But he just put him round for Rob Shank to... Oh, that's serious! Rob Shank lays in a quick blast to the to the Beastman and lays him flat out. He'll be out for the rest of the match with an injury. I guess Thunder will be quite pleased about that early numbers advantage, but I don't know. It is just a Loner Beastman so far. And that's that over with, so now it's the Power Hour's turn to reply. I don't see any really easy access for them to get hold of the ball at this particular moment. I think Gorbag will be standing there quite content that he's actually got hold of the ball. We see Maker's Mark moving round to the left field. I'm going to call it the left field. I don't know. I'm never quite sure about what's the left field and what's the right field. But I'm going to call it the left field because it's left field as I'm looking at it. Works for me. Yep. Horny Stragusa. Skilled in guards, moving up to block up Meat and Munch. More shots taking his time, deciding what's going to happen next. And that's Irish. Oh. Munch is stunned as Irish. Oh, and he's going to pile on. But it makes no difference. Interesting enough, before the match, was a press released by Coach Morshots describing how he wasn't intending to foul asking his players not to foul any of the Titans. Oh! Tries to move away. Irish tries to move away. He was intending not to foul any players from the Green Tide Titans unless they started piling on, but it's interesting to note that the Power Hour haven't taken any wasted any time in piling on themselves. I don't know, he's leaving himself vulnerable there. Be interesting to see what the Titans do in response to that, though. I know Thunden's not always that keen on laying in a foul. Some of us don't mind the odd recreational foul, so I wouldn't blame him if he did, but I think he'd be more interested in trying to get the ball up. There are some openings, I would think, but those Orcs aren't exactly the fastest moving of the races that we see playing Blood Bowl. Big Mo moving in. He hasn't decided to... He's actually doing what Thunden's asked him to do for once, which is quite amazing. Moving up close to Mark, Stephen, Goatkowski, and Warram Sap. Warram, of course, a relatively famous member of the Power Hour. And Funbus. Wow, the blitz comes from Funbus, but only successful in pushing Stephen Goatkowski. Call him Stephen. It's going to be easy, right? Minty moving up to Mark, Maker's Mark. Still the ball's not moving anywhere. Don't know, I don't really... Definitely heading towards left field. Interesting to see if someone's going to abandon meat where he stands. And Munch laid, he's going to be... Oh yeah, and indeed, we do indeed see that Thunden seems to be quite proud of, the Green Titans always quite proud of their Orcs green, and Gorbag takes advantage hiding behind Gorkba there, and, well, basically most of the Green Titans team in the left field. I imagine what we're going to see is the power out, and that was an unsuccessful block, leading to the turnover. Unsuccessful block delivered by Meat.
Pretty bad dice from the Titans so far, or blocking dice rather.
They have, I think. I say apart from that early injury, there's going to be. Apart from that early injury, I think. I don't suppose Coach Thunden's going to be particularly happy about that. But one thing we should bear in mind at this point is that currently, the Green Tide Titans do still have the numbers advantage, and it is. But the Power still do have that wizard. We mustn't forget that. Stephen Goatkowski moving up to assist Maker's Mark, who's going to deliver a block to Clifford. Pushing that guard piece away, which makes sense. Using this additional strength to move away Clifford, who was basically forming the corner of that screen. And then we see Jack Daniels laying into Louise and knocking her down, but again, nothing to write home about. As I said, it'd be interesting. I think the story of as I said earlier, I think the story of the game will be that Claw. Those members of the Power Hour who are equipped with claws as a blessing from the Chaos Gods, and whether that will be able to just shred through any of the Orc armor. But I don't see any sign of it yet. And indeed, so far the Titans are getting the best of it injury-wise. Blitz delivered by... Oh, wow, a blitz and a leap. Can you say the name of this player, Chase? Because I can't. Stolichnya. Dodging through... Oh, dear. Going for it. Blitz, that was quite impressive, but... Oh, unlucky. That was quite an outstanding move. Leaping over the Titans, running around the back and trying to use his horns to good advantage. He got close to Gorbag. He got really close to Gorbag. And if had Nuffle and the gods favoured it a different way, then Gorbag might have actually been in trouble there. Very rare you see Gorbag getting into that position where he's actually threatened like that. But Gorbag, being Gorbag, the experienced player he is, did manage to knock Stolichnya, I'm going to say that, on his back. Go on, Stol. Rob Shank on Warram Sap, frenzying through, pushing him back and just knocking him to the ground. Putting himself in that tackle zone there. Is that Knob Creek? It is Knob Creek. Oh, wasting no time though. Not satisfied since he hasn't been able to... wasting no time in piling on, but again, to no real effect. London sends in Big Mo to face Knob Creek. Is that's an interesting. To be honest, I think Big Mo's going to get the worst of that, if I'm honest. But that's just about for me. If he remembers what he's doing, he might be okay.
I think that pylon was more to get Rob Shank away from claws than it was to break armor.
Yeah. Thank you, Chase. You keep me right. Ah, the legendary spawn of Cthulhu. I'm not going to go into this tonight, but the legendary spawn of Cthulhu joined in the chat. That's the time I'm going to refer to him as that. Kill every greenskin. So we've got a definitely got a Power Hour fan in the chat tonight. maybe not a Power Hour fan. I think Spawn of Cthulhu just hates every greenskin. Really, that makes sense. Here we see, and Minty on Stephen. Putting him in that dangerous position where he could potentially face a surf next turn if he doesn't do something about it. And here's Garby, but no easy way through just yet. It is just one big brutal bash fest so far, but really there's been nothing to write home about. Just that loner beast man from the Power Hour, thinking that he could cut it with this elite team, but finding out pretty early on that these teams ain't. It's not back to high school Blood Bowl matches here. It's the real deal, and he's paid for it. Now then, what are we going to see happen next? Oh, Odell Backham is attacking Minty with a blitz. That seems to be obviously to free up Stephen Kowski. Moving around to assist, and again now Minty's earlier effort to put Stephen in danger of being surfed has now been reversed on him, and Minty finds himself laid on the sideline, potentially leaving himself open to a surf as well. So that was Maker's Mark, just pushing back God. But as I said, it's not. This match was billed as potentially a. Chase sounds extra creepy with the Silence of the Lambs violin back soundtrack. I wasn't aware that my co-announcer Chase was particularly creepy at the best of times. Jest. Hammerbake's making this feel like an elf game, Stevie says. To be honest, yeah, as I said, the story of this match so far has been the lack of Hammerbakes. But actually, there is a part of me, and I don't know what the MML viewing public thinks out there, but there is a part of me that thinks less hammer breaks probably favours the Titans, but then again we have to look at that 4-0 victory last season. Yeah, Irish. I can't say that's. You have to correct me, Chase. You know the surname of this player, Irish, but I'm just going to refer to him as Irish. Irish the Gales. Claws come into use, but
Yeah,
and piling up.
Let's see if Mindblow's gonna do a thing here.
Piling on to Munch, leaving him stunned on the ground. I say the claws were useful, but they didn't deliver the. I did predict it. I did call it. Knob Creek taking out down Big Mo. Not even flinching. I mean, he was obviously assisted. Dodge attempted through. And, yeah, some extra training helped Bill Mamanowski get himself back to the end zone.
Power Hour without rerolls now.
Indeed, the Power Hour have pretty much used up all their extra training. And the Green Tide Titans seeing a good position from that perspective, certainly. And we are only halfway through the first half. Chianti, just TV. A nice Chianti. Anyway, it went, ooh. Louise delivering a KO there to Horny. So go to there, not wasting any time setting about the Power Hour again. Well, you have to question it now. Is this actually going to be a repetition of last season's match. As I said, the Titans are actually getting the best of the Bash Fest so far. Despite Big Mo being a useless lump. He's pulling himself to his feet with a big groan. I do love the Green Tide Titans and the Power Hour, but Big Mo, really. Although, I do owe Big Mo a favour personally, but we won't go into that now, because this is all about that. This match hasn't, though, as I say, this match was billed as potentially being a slaughterfest. It hasn't been. Garbag easily making his way up the right field, though. Let's see. There is Bill. I mean, that's obviously why shots pulled Bill Romanowski back earlier to be a defensive piece. I mean, he's going to have to dodge out if he was going to be able to stop Garbag now from scoring. Funbus is on him, but isn't especially known for his tackling abilities. Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's very bad news. Stolichnaya, the Beastman earlier, who made that heroic leap over the back of the Green Tide Titans players, round to actually get to Garbag, has just been injured by Clifford and is off the pitch. And the Apothecary didn't come to save him. I just thought it was a bit early. Maybe I should take it back what I was saying. Oh, and Meat. So Jack, yeah, Meat delivering a KO to Jack Daniels. Wow, this is serious for now. I think for the Power Hour, really serious. The numbers advantage.
Starting to get out of hand now.
It is getting out of hand. If you're the Power Hour, you don't want to be looking at 2 KOs and 2 injuries already at this point in the first half. That's serious, but they have the chance to apply now, and in they come. Stephen wasting no time on Gort, knocking him to the ground, piling on top of him, fully bodily, and still not able to inflict an injury on that arc armor, through that arc armor. Odell moving round, add extra support. Knob Creek valiantly, pretty much the hero of the Power Hour, laying into Rob Shank, knocking him to the ground, but again, you know that claw. Look like it might be effective. You have to wonder what, even if the Power Hour were able to relieve that ball from Garbag, there's every chance it could potentially bounce out, depending how they want it to lie. But even if it, and here we go, we do get the blitz, and they'll oh my God, the block is good, and Garbag's going down. Oh, and he's going down hard, and it's a knockout. Garbag's knocked out by the sideline. The question is going to be where that ball is going to scatter. And it scatters off. The crowd, just another interesting thing to note while we're looking at this is the Slaughterhouse, the home of the Bill Cowell Power Hour. And it is equipped with a beer stand. We can see it nicely near where the ball has landed. That's going to make the crowd a little bit more rowdy for this game, and potentially should players find themselves... Oh my goodness. Maker's Mark valiantly trying to pick up the ball. In so doing, not really the most, as I said, it wouldn't be the player that would have been Morshot's first choice to pick up the ball. Ball slips back out in the crowd, and the crowd throw it back up towards the Power Hour's own end zone, which isn't a great place for it to land, but let's have a look. Unless Funbus is going to suddenly find that he's able to pick up the ball and run with it, I think we're going to be potentially looking at someone like Ripperwild. Ripperwild to maybe pick up the ball if he was going to do it. It is. The question is London going to do that straight away? Or is it? So,
I wouldn't be too surprised to see Maker's Mark going surfing.
That's very true, Chase. Very true. No, so Funbus doesn't decide he's actually going to go for the ball after all. He just chooses instead to mark up Bill Romanowski. The question is are we going to see the Titans try to pick up the ball? It's just Stevie noting that there still remains a wizard for the Power Hour. Oh, and do see Maker's Mark kicked into the ground. This actually is terrible news because it actually is working against the Power Hour. And actually, like I said earlier, the slaughterhouse is equipped with that beer stand, and the crowd obviously not to keep the home crowd quite willing to just lay into the their own players as well. And we see makes Max up in the effect of that as Clifford knocks him off the pitch. Numbers advantage well and truly going in the favour of the Green Tide Titans now. Three players knocked out and 2 injured from the Power Hour, and currently only Gorbag lying in the dugout for the Green Tide Titans. What's going to happen next? Louise, that extra strong Blackhawk, transgender Blackhawk first. Oh, there you go, Big Mo. That's Big Mo just calling it stupid, standing in the middle of the pitch, picking his nose. And Ripper, now is he going to go for the score? Ripper's picked up the ball.
I'd probably stall here.
I don't know. I think I'd go for it. I think more shots notoriously ascribes to the. Sorry, isn't it London? What am I saying? I think London sometimes ascribes to the just score theory as well. The question you've got to ask yourself though is, I mean, wow, and he chooses to stall. But the question is, I think the big question now is, will that wizard get utilised? And I think the Power Hour fans who are not too busy getting lashed up from the beer stand and beating up on their own players are probably going to be crying for at least a lightning bolt at this point. But maybe that's a calculated effort from them. Maybe he's actually wanting him to do that, because I don't really see how the Power Hour are going to actually pull back from this. I mean, in one level, there could be an argument to say that it's actually in their, so that would be actually in their benefit for the Titans to score right now, and what they should really be doing is looking to do that. Especially them into scoring. They still do have some big names on the pitch. Got Knob Creek there, Warham Sap. Speaking of Warham Sap, oh goodness, I have no idea where he was going. Looked like he was going to blitz someone. Tried to dodge out and was brought down, especially heavy. Green Tide Titans, Ripper Ward wasting no time in trying to take the ball to even more safety, but again choosing not to score at this point.
Well, if those beastmen could have blitzed Ripper Ward, that's probably what they were trying to do there.
Yeah. Oh, still playing for safety. Stuff and Junk in the chat commenting that Big Mo was being Big Mo, and indeed he was being Big Mo. I'm glad to see so many people in the chat tonight. I say this has been billed as a big match, and it was billed as being potentially a bloodfest. I wouldn't exactly call it a bloodfest so far. I think a lot of people in the MML universe were hoping that these two teams would rip each other apart and there would be blood everywhere, but and it just gets worse. Odell Backlund Jr. is getting knocked out there. As I say, I think the Power Hour would almost be wishing at this point for the Titans to actually score, give them the chance to get some of those players back. And that was Fun Bus and Bill Romanowski. Wow, Big Mo's Big Mo. Attack. Okay. Lays into Knob Creek, knocks him to the ground, but it's not a great place for Knob Creek to be now. Caught between Big Mo, and Louise. Yeah, that's not where you want to be if you're Knob Creek. The stalls go. This one looks pretty effective. I don't think there's a single member of the Power Hour that could even begin to start to look at threatening that ball, to be honest. I mean, the closest thing we've got is Warham Sap, and he can't even get there. So, I mean, the story of this half is the Titans are totally dominating. Irish taking down me, piling on. I don't think Just trying to get the numbers down, I guess, at this point. But I mean, even if something terrible did happen to Mead, he wouldn't exactly be a massive loss. Power Hour choosing to just lay on the ground, it would seem, achieved by that pylon as well. Only one player eligible to get knocked down, and Rob Shank taking no time in blitzing Stephen Kowski. I'm guessing Thundun is going to be quite content to end this half with a 1-0 victory and not really give them... and Stephen Gutkowski is knocked out. It's Munch delivering that KO that time. Quick count up tells me 1, 3. It doesn't take long to count it, sadly. There's only 4 Power Hour players left on the pitch, and the Titans still fielding 10 players. If you were tuning in, I think sometimes the official Cabal Vision announcers, Bob and Jim, would sometimes say if you were tuning in for a one-sided slaughter, you'd be disappointed. But I think tonight, if you were tuning in for a one-sided slaughter, you're probably not going to be that disappointed. So far, anyway. I say there's still an awful lot of those KOs. I mean, I can't remember what the inducements were. Chase, can you remember? But I don't know if Shot's got some babes, because I think I think they'll be hoping those babes are going to be useful at the end of this first half.
Shot's got a whiz and Thundun got a babe.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, and there goes the Celestial Wizard. But even that, not able to do more than just knock Ripplewad to the ground, releasing the ball. It was a valiant effort. The ball just lets... You've got to think Green Tide Titans still have some extra training up their sleeve, I would think, and although it is raining, and that does make it a little bit more difficult for Orcs to pick up the ball. Well, it makes it more difficult for everyone to pick up the balls, but especially Orcs, I would say. Not exactly particularly agile, the Green Tide Titans, choosing to hire only the strongest players, so we say. So, they still have every chance to pick up the ball, but Coach Thundun, I mean, Titan's in such a dominant position now, he's taking his time to decide what to do. But makes it look effortless. And then goes Ripplewad, and we will see that drive end with a 1-0 lead for the Green Tide Titans. Thundun looking happy. Oh.
It's not looking too bad for the Power Hour right now if they want to tie it up.
Yeah. The Stu was hoping for a lot of the Power Hour to come back. I can inform you that precisely now they are currently fielding 7 players versus a full complement of 11. So that is a 4-player difference, but it's better than the 4 players they had on the pitch before, so the Stu confidently predicting, maybe optimistically in my view, but you know, I said I think that was going to be the story of the game, was that those claws, the Power Hour will get 6 free hits in a row, and it could be big. Will they? The question you have to... Well, they will, yeah. Okay, at least 6 free hits in a row, you would think. Yeah, and it could be big, and it could be. Yeah, we still might well have a game, and I think that's very well pointed out, Stu. We may very well still have a game. In the interests of keeping this entertaining, I pretty much hope we do. Not that I'm wishing ill on any of the players, because I'm genuinely not. You may have to forgive me whilst I... Oops. Brilliant coaching. Kick-off event. And we see the Green Tide Titans with... well, I think after the first half you could probably suggest that the Green Tide Titans did experience some brilliant coaching. That brilliant coaching leading to some extra training, but not really going to help them at this point, let's be honest. They're going to have no use of that. in this half. There goes Knob Creek. First block delivered by Knob Creek, but ineffective in doing anything significant pushing back. Irish pushing on Big Mo. A lot of jostling as the Green Tide Titans had set up in rather blocky formation on the scrimmage line with 3 rows deep, but Big Mo stunned. Oh, will we see that capitalised on with the piling on? No, we won't. Big Mo just lays there stunned. That's not going to be the kind of results that Coach Shots was looking for. Maker's Mark going to work on Munch, but again, nothing dramatic. Definitely nothing to write home about. We still may see a blitz. I fully expect we will see a blitz from somewhere. Oh yes, Don Eagle, ever the statistician. I can never say that word. Pointing out that there will indeed be 8 free blocks in a row, but 3 of them have been pretty useless so far. Bill Romanowski blitzing into Minty. Because of that blitz, there'll be 8 free shots, and again, not able to capitalise, but piling on indeed, not doing anything. Interesting enough, like I said from the press release earlier, we haven't seen a foul. Another, whilst we're just waiting for the second half of that, another random little thing to bear in mind, the Slaughterhouse. I was talking to Coach Moreshots earlier, he said, where these equipped with a base down, as I said, that'd be Quotolos. Moreshots informs us this will most likely be the last game in this stadium. Every time we play the Titans, the place gets burned to the ground by a fireball and destroyed by the fans. So we cancelled all the home games for the rest of the year and gave the opponents the home field advantage. Well, maybe the fans will destroy this. They have Shots maybe shouldn't have equipped it with a beer stand to get them all riled up, but if they're planning to destroy the stadium after that, I said this game is not yet, though, over. And Moreshots is an excellent coach, as is indeed his coach London, and still all to play for when anything could happen. It is a 1-0 victory, that's far from insurmountable. 1-0 victory, 1-0 lead, let me correct that. The rain is still bearing down ominously onto this slaughterhouse. The question is, can the Power Hour turn it around from a charnel house of their own making into one that the Green Tide Titans will remember for a long time? This is the deciding factor in matches between these two teams, as we said. The Green Tide Titans still smarting from the Power Hour delivering their first ever defeat, and the Power Hour still wanting, probably even more now after that first half, wanting revenge on the Titans for the 4-0 loss to them last season. And the Bloodfest. One really important thing to notice now, though, is that after that, the Babes have gone to work and the Power Hour are back to a complement of 9 players. I think they are still going to miss that Beastman. I mean, I was very remiss earlier in not pointing out Stolic Naya, and maybe I had foresight and realised he wasn't going to play a significant part of the game, but that is going to be a significant loss for them. But they still have some agility pieces out there, which is something the Green Tide Titans really don't. Some more agile players that probably will be. Oh, I was saying earlier that.
I like that.
I'm sure you will chase Notorious for your other founding. I was saying earlier that I was definitely going to say earlier that this game has been. There's been a characteristic of this game where there hasn't been any fouling, and indeed that press release came out earlier. That get the ref, that where both teams have been running off to the ref and bribing him at half time, may lead to, or may not lead to, well, it'll certainly lead to an increased temptation to start to lay in the boot when players are on the ground, and that might start to lower. Stuff and Junk agrees with me. Ouch, fouls incoming. Yeah. The Power Hour wasting their time laying about the Green Tide Titans, but again, not able to significantly make an impact. That Orc armor still holding up even against the claws. I still find no matter which way you're sitting, this match has still been very interesting so far, and normally I have a nasty propensity to partake of cigars of an evening with a little brandy, and I haven't pulled myself round to partake of cigars yet, not being able to draw myself away from the action to do so, so you might just have to forgive me one moment whilst I light up a cigar as we go into the second half and enjoy it. There we are, and it's a pass by Backman. Oh, and Jack Daniels is now... Yeah, Jack Daniels, Chaos Warrior is holding them flanked quite ominously by Knob Creek on one side and Maker's Mark on the other. The Power Hour are not happy. You've got to imagine right now that the Power Hour are less than happy. They have indeed had those 8 brutal attacks on the Green Tide Titans and not able to... Oh, yeah? Don Eagle has pointed out that there wasn't a blitz, so there wasn't 8, there were 7 brutal attacks on the... But Louise, not bothered. No respect for the legend that is Knob Creek, and knocks him to the ground. Going face to face with Daniels. Minty coming in to support. Centre of the field again, looking like one big scrum. Maybe Coach London, who's, I know, partial to a little bit of rugby, is thinking that that's what he's thinking that's the game he's playing. He's forming up a scrum in the middle of the field with the power. Where's your second row, Sundon? Oh, you need a number 8, Sundon. And some flankers. You've only got some flankers in the form of Clifford. Jack Dunn. It's not often, though, you're going to see a team swipe Knob Creek aside and just go head-to-head with Maker's Mark and Jack Daniels. Do you want to say something, Chase, sorry? I got the sense that you were coming in.
Still feeling like a 1-1 draw.
You still think it's a 1-1 draw? Oh yeah, I'm not counting the power out yet. There's still every opportunity they could free up that ball, and there's still every... So they have got the players back, so... This entire half we still could see our game, and this power and this half could be an entirely different story. I think Thunden's taken time away. I think anyone who's watching the previews, he's taken time to disappear. Oh, he said he was going to get a beer at half time, I believe. So he's ordered pretty much a full stop on the action.
See, he hasn't done a war pig yet.
A war pig, Chase. You'll have to enlighten me to what a war pig is.
Season 3 joke with he was coaching Orcs, left, and had a star blitzer get injured permanently,
right.
and didn't apothecary it because he wasn't there.
Oh no! Oh wow!
That's
Now there's a
kinda-
change. And Meat's KO'd. That's delivered by Stephen. I'm doing most of this play-by-play announcing for the benefit of Hez. I hope you appreciate this later. I'm trying to do my best play-by-play announcing. We get a blitz from Bill Ramanowski onto Gorbag. Gorbag obviously recovered from the KO, but only able to push him back, hiding behind Ripper Ward, who scored in the first half, and probably... tackle laid in as Jack Daniels tries to escape. Oh, goodness! Extra training doesn't help, and as he tries to dodge out from the incoming Louise, and I believe it was Minty, it was indeed, falls flat on his backside. And there we go, the Green Tide Titans wasting no time, setting about Maker's Mark, pushing him third to the right field. Louise on Knob Creek, but Knob Creek holds his own. There's still an open channel between. I mean, has opened up a channel between Funbus and Louise. Minty's currently occupying it and is coming for the blitz on Knob Creek. Not happy that it wasn't able to be knocked down before, but only able to push him back, and finds Minty finds himself in the tackle zones of Odell Backlund Jr. and Knob Creek still on his feet. After that blitz. Like I say, channel's still opened. We do know that the Green Tide Titans do have some pace, and Bob Shank runs between that channel. And you can only imagine really now that Gorbag's going to come through, I would expect. He is quite, well, not very agile, I believe. Is he sure-handed? He is indeed sure-handed. I thought he was. That was a stun? I'm getting excited about the sure-handed Gorbag. I may have missed that play, so it looks like it was a stun. Clifford moving through to mark up Odell Backlund Jr. And Gorbag does indeed.
It's a lot nicer here in the booth. It is just crappy outside. I got to get this job. This is way nicer. How's the game going, guys?
It's not going great for the Power Hour coach shots, sir.
No? Oh, doesn't look that bad. I mean, nobody died. It's better than last season.
That's true.
It's not looking like it's going to be 4-0.
Well, you know, there's still time. The Titans are an offensive powerhouse. We all know that.
Apparently there might be some fouls incoming. Would you care to comment on that?
Who's going to be fouling?
I don't know. I hear that both coaches ran off to the ref at half time with a big bag of gold.
I heard nothing of this. I didn't know fouling was encouraged or invited in this game.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah. Oh, you see the power. Oh yeah, the power are trying to apply it, but what we do see is Gorbag again. Question you're going to ask yourself: are they going to stall? What do you think, Shots? I
don't think they need to stall at this point. I mean, the Wizard did nothing, so they don't have to worry about that. No, I think they're happy with where they're at. I have to imagine that they'll continue doing whatever they've been doing because it's been working, and then they'll leave happy with a victory.
Okay, that's very in keeping with your earlier press announcement, I think.
Yeah, well, could be worse. Could be raining. Oh, wait a minute.
It is raining. It is raining. So there we are. Coach Shots heading into the announcer's booth out of the rain. The question we'll have to ask him later as well is if is the stadium going to get burned to the ground by the fans? He's very pragmatic about the situation so far, but I'm still hopeful that this game we've still got some game left in this, and Chase is calling it 1-0 still. So 1-all at the end of the match. I think that may be a little bit optimistic, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Power don't get a right of reply. It has indeed been quite gentlemanly so far.
Someone forgot to tell both teams that it's raining and they haven't failed to pick up yet.
I know, indeed. This is very true. Earlier there were lots of predictions that this wouldn't really favour these two teams in being able to pick up the ball, but no one's really had a difficulty in picking up the ball. No, there hasn't even really been a fumbled pickup all game. The Power Hour the Green Tide Titans forming up in a marking up all the members of the Power Hour. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And the misery still continues. Horny Siragusa is knocked out at the hands of Rob Shank. I think the Titans still have the numbers advantage, but is Gorbag going for the score? Gorbag, he does indeed go for the score. Gorbag Marlow. You do have to now wonder whether the Power Hour are actually going to be able to. And that's shot your theory, I'm afraid, Chase. It's no longer going to be a 1-all draw.
I'm thinking 2-1 now. I still think Power Hour's gonna find a way to squeeze one in.
Chase still thinks that Power Hour have got a touchdown in them. I'm not ruling them out just yet. Back for another.
But if they fumble, it's gonna be 3-0.
If they fumble, it's going to be 3-0. Okay. Green Tide Titans still fully equipped with a full complement of 11 players on the pitch. Power Hour now fielding. Oh, I can't count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With the potential for Horny to make his way back out from the dugout onto the field again, should there be another break-in proceedings. This
Something
has
to note
not
about
been.
the Titans, they've got as much strength as a lizard team.
They have indeed, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It is interesting to note that the Titans are indeed brilliant coaching again. As the ball's kicked off. Yeah, I did take some notes earlier, and I don't have those statistics at hand now, but I think there's no less than 3 and potentially even 4 members of the Green Tide Titans who are actually stronger than other players of their what's going to be the word? Relevant denominations. I mean, Big Mo is not stronger than your average 12, but we obviously saw Louise stronger, and we have at least 2 ARC blitzers who are stronger than your average ARC blitzers. Maker's Mark laying into Big Mo, but again not able to inflict any kind of injury. Those claws really haven't been that effective this game. Pick up and pass by Odell Beckham Jr. Stephen Gurkowski got it. Moving up to nestle behind that kind of scrimmage line. Oh no, I was going to say it didn't look that safe to me. And indeed, more shots quickly pulls a couple of beastmen back to.
We seem to be seeing a bit of farm pros here.
Well, I wouldn't comment on such a contentious subject, Chase. I don't actually know if they were. I don't know if all the Green Tide Titans players were farmed or grown within the Green Tide Titans. I don't actually know, but I'm definitely not going to get drawn into that argument this evening.
That's not what I was talking about.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. That's fine.
6-5 high elf game and then 3 passes in the championship in the first half. So
I was just being a little bit mischievous. Who knows? Blitz delivered by Robsher onto Warren Sapp, opening it up. But you have to question whether those. Well, I suppose yeah. I was going to question whether the Titans could actually pull themselves around, but then you have to. I did start to almost forget that there are players like Gorbag on the Green Tide Titans who can. He hasn't actually made a move this turn so far, and I'm wondering if he will. No, he won't. Surely he won't bring Gorbag round. No, he's just contented to open that sort of very rough Beastman screen up, mark up all the members of the Power Hour. It's not looking great to me. Just make it more uncomfortable for them to go anywhere near scoring. I say although we did see that 4-0 victory for the Titans against Power before, I'm personally thinking that Coach Dundon's going to be quite happy to just adopt a more defensive posture until and unless the Power Hour start to dwindle in numbers again, in which case we may indeed see slightly more aggressive attempts on the ball. But as long as the Power Hour are not making any sort of significant forward movement with the ball, that's big. That's big. Rip Award, only badly hurt, but still, that the Power Hour are starting to say, you know what, we've had enough of being pushed around by you Orcs, and significant bits by Odell Beckham Jr. kicking him out, and Rip Award is out. He left again. Yes, indeed. There's a few players actually that will probably be learning additional skills at the end of this match. I think one of them was indeed Ripper Ward, though. I was going to say, yeah, it was indeed Ripper Ward. The score of that first touchdown. You'll have to excuse me while I take a quick swig of brandy. And Irish pushing Munch back. It's still, no matter what you say about this match, it has still been quite an interesting match so far. Definitely not going the way that a lot of people were predicting. Interesting to note that Coach Thunden was expecting this to be a disaster for him, but he always says that before every match. So, the Power Hour coming into this match, taunting the Green Tide Titans. That the hype certainly has been quite big for this match, and I wouldn't say it's been disappointing. It certainly hasn't. It's just not been in line with the slaughterfest that a lot of people had predicted. Indeed, Coach Marshall saying no one's dead yet. So I maybe shouldn't have said that, should I? Because
that can still change.
I said no one's dead yet. That's the curse. You don't say that. Big moment. Quick straw poll of the viewers. Who actually wants to see a death before this match is over?
Me.
Anyone still in there? We want death. There was indeed a lot of people earlier today calling for a death in this match. At least one. And we haven't had it. So maybe I should take it back and say it has been disappointing so far. Rob Shank. Rob Shank laying in a blitz onto Stephen Gutowski. And fencing in. Oh, would you call that a vanity reroll, Chase? I don't know if it's a vanity reroll. Not really, because he wants to dislodge the ball. It's definitely not a vanity reroll. It just feels like it at the moment. Well, there you go. There's the rain. Maybe not. The ball released, but Gorbag right next to Gorbag. And you can imagine now. Oh, there you go. You called for it, Chase, and Gorbag fumbling the ball, bouncing off the head of the two Beastmen in repose, Warham Sap, and Stephen Gutowski, but still not a great place for the for it to land. If there's worse places, but it's not a great place for it to land if you're the Power Hour. And they're replying now.
See if Irish is going to take out Rob Shank here.
Oh. And I would agree with you, Stu. I don't see anything wrong with farming SPP in the pros either. No. Fair point. Well made. I don't see anything wrong with farming SPP in the pros either. Definitely not. I think we've all done it. Nothing wrong with that at all. Maker's Mark. Again! A whole raft of replies from the Power Hour onto the Titans, but not able to get any serious numbers advantage, or well, they haven't got a numbers advantage, but to get any injuries or KOs on them. Do you know what? I've been so excited I hadn't realised that we'd reached turn 14 already. I really thought there was more of this first half to go. Wow. Odell Beckham Jr. I really had not realised that most of the half had gone. And we still haven't seen a death. Odell, look at those. Jeez. Desperate effort to pick up the ball by the Power. It's bouncing around in the rain from Beastman to Beastman, and then lying right back down at Gorbag's feet. Not really what you want. I can't believe no one responded to my question. Who wants to see a death? Oh, I'm going to take that as no one wants to see a death before this game is over. Okay. All you people calling for Greenskin and Chaos Deaths earlier today and earlier in this chat, not wanting any now? Oh dear. And then Louisa, I didn't mean to sign like that, but you've got to imagine that Goldbag's going to make some effort to pick up that ball, and he failed. Wow. I think there's some kind of respect going on here. That's not big, because that does indeed give the power. That failed attempt to pick up the ball that early on. I mean, maybe, obviously, Titans were trying to get the ball so they could actually try and score, but it does leave them wide open to a series of replies from the power hour. Oh. Stunning Big Mo. Might have been nice if we'd done that earlier in the match, from the perspective of the power hour. But you can't really imagine that, the truth be told, you can't really imagine the power hour actually going to have any opportunity to score at this point. I'd like to see it just in the interests of, it wouldn't even keep the game alive, but in the interests of, well, in the interest of something, in the interest of seeing the power hour score, I guess. Knob Creek on some bus. Oh. Brutal. But still only stunning him. I think the power hour are probably just going to take their time to systematically attack. I don't know. Are we going to see a death? No, we aren't. Stephen Gokowski picking himself up to the feet, knocking Rob Shank away. Oh, am I getting special messages? I might be getting secret messages.
That might have been me on Discord, but...
Oh, a little bird tells me that the Titans may have gone into this game. I shouldn't really say this on public air, especially considering my sources, but a little bird tells me that the Titans may have gone into this game having hired an additional coach, which may have led to some of that brilliant coaching. So maybe Coach Thunden isn't entirely to be credited for all the brilliant coaching we've seen so far.
Like Tiger Shark was starting the MML.
Tiger Shark was what, sorry? Chase?
Tiger Shark was starting the idea of the MML.
Tiger Shark. Well, we all know that this is Tiger Shark's league, right?
Yeah, Preach is just a figurehead commissioner, right?
Exactly, that's what's right here. There's one from Bill. If anyone's wondering what we're talking about with the MML, we are indeed talking about the Mead and Mayhem League, which is a fantastic league on the PlayStation 4. Website is www.mmlpro.com. If you're not involved and you are playing Blood Bowl 2, or would like to play Blood Bowl 2 on the PlayStation 4, join in all the fun and frolics that we've had this evening, then please check it out, www.mmlpro.com. And there's loads of ways you get involved, all kinds of weird... there you go, Chase. You see, you did that, Chase. You were calling that everyone was having no trouble picking up the ball, and no last returns. To be honest, that was what I was saying for most of the match, was just player after player fumbling pickups on the ball, and it just bouncing around, and a little bit too late for the power hour, I feel, but the chat's gone very quiet and we went out of viewers or something. Oh. Power hour trying to get Power hour trying to get some vengeance on the Titans, but still not really able to make anything stick. Knob Creek. Even Knob Creek seems to have given up the goat. Just able to put Munch back. In these dying moments of this Power Hour Green Titans Bill Cower Power Hour and Green Titans matchup. I do think we are barring the intervention of Nuffle himself. Then I do feel that we are going to end this game with a 2-0 victory for the Green Titans. There's nothing at all that the Power Hour can or even seem willing to, and who can blame them to do at this point to even up the score. So it is just left for one big bash fest in the middle of the field. But again, it's not delivering those injuries or deaths that had been predicted. Gives the Green Titans one more chance. They may try and pick up the ball, just engage in a little bit of passing practice, but I think they'll probably be more focused on the Bash Fest. And indeed, they waste no time circling around the Power Hour players, putting themselves to their feet, dusting themselves off, knowing they've done a pretty good job today, and that Coach London will probably be quite pleased with them. Even Big Mo, maybe. And there goes Rob Shank. See, that's just the story for me. Rob Shank delivering a blitz onto Knob Creek, knocking him out, and then choosing still to pile on him.
Oh, and that's what you deserve when you pile on a KO.
But of course, at this point, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
No, it
doesn't. You can't blame him for trying.
No.
Big Mo's not even going to bother standing up by the looks of it. Come on, Coach Thunden, you have to pick Big Mo up. Thank you. He's not going to do anything, but he needs picking up. See, he's got that card still. He always already had the blitz and everything. And then we are going back picking up the ball. Is he going to throw it? You've got to imagine he's going to try at least a throw or something, but no, he's not. He is, yeah, of course he is. Who is he going to throw it to? Oh, obviously. Meat. Is it going to be Meat? No, yeah. Oh, he's going to pass it. Yeah, and there we go. And that was that, ladies and gentlemen. That was a matchup between... what week are we on, Chase? I've just lost track of the world. Is it 6?
Week 4.
Week 4? What am I saying? I'm going mad in my old age. Week 4. That was the week 4 of the MML Pro Leagues. I wanted to say Wicked Forest Conference, but it's not. I can't remember what conference that was. But it was a matchup between the Green Titans and the Bill Cowell. The Death Valley Conference matchup. Thank you, Chase. You see, I didn't do my homework on that bit. A matchup between the Bill Cowell Power Hour and the Green Titans, resulting in a 2-0 victory for the Bill Cowell Power Hour. A match that had plenty of bashing, just not many armor breaks, and probably
26.
not...
13 armor breaks each.
30 armor breaks each? Okay.
Where were the 13 armor breaks? Did you lend me a couple armor breaks? Because it didn't feel like I had 13.
You guys, I knew you guys were going to do it. You guys have come in too early.
They're playing the sad music for me. Oh,
I was about to introduce you and say that we were hoping we were going to have both coaches in here.
It's horsing it down with rain out there. You want us to stay out there?
So we are indeed joined by... I'm quite glad that we're joined by Coach London and Coach Morshots. And who wants to go first in their summary of how they felt that game went?
I'll go first.
Could we get a clause back?
Clause back. Indeed, yeah, I know. Well, are we going to let Thunden speak first then? Is that what we're going to say?
Oh, yeah.
Go on then.
Yeah,
go on then.
yeah.
To the victor of the spoils. Go on then, Thunden, if you want to speak first.
I'll tell you what, 48 blocks each, 13 armor breaks each. Didn't feel like that though, did it?
Definitely didn't.
You hit some bad dice, mate. I mean, just looking at the stats, it's just bad dice. That's it. And I think when your AG4 leap, horrible beast elf went off the pitch, I think that was curtains then.
Yeah, that was a... I never saw that coming. Did you see it coming, Thunden?
No, but I was very happy when it did. Very happy.
Oh no, I mean, what I meant to say was, did you imagine? Did you see the leap coming, followed by the blitz onto Garbag?
You know what? I did.
Regardless of what
I thought I'm going to leave it open because I know shots, and he loves using that beast man. And I thought, it's raining, he's probably going to fall. Maybe he'll burn a reroll at least. Didn't burn a reroll, straight out, dodged, and I didn't realise he'd picked up dodge since I last saw him. And he's that made a bit of a difference. So I didn't calculate correctly on that one. And he got a good. Unfortunately, get a double one. Otherwise, I think Gorbag was in a bit of trouble.
I did. I was quite surprised about that. Anything else you want to say at this? I will probably have a bit more, but anything you want to say at this stage before we open the floor to shots to have to say anything?
I'm massively happy to win the trilogy. Yeah, it's always a pleasure playing shots. I love playing him as a coach. He's got my ultimate respect as both a friend and a coach. And I'm sorry he had to lose, but one of us had to, and I'm just glad it wasn't any serious injuries or anything like that. So that's good.
Very good. So, and very well played to both of you. Excellent match. Shots. What do you got? Have you got anything you want to say as a result of that match?
Oh yeah, actually I screwed up. I should have got that hit on Gorbag. I haven't. I'm not very good at elfing, and it's very apparent because anybody that was watching would have known that I could have jumped from where I was at to where I got punched at, right, just by jumping straight over. I jumped the wrong way, and I could have landed right next to him. And that it was one of those where like there's always one little point, and it was like after he got punched, I was like, why didn't I just jump over there? That would have been way easier. I didn't have to walk and do all the dodging and that. And that was that moment where I was like, I got the feeling like, it's going to be that game again. It just, it hits you. And no, it was tough for a bit there. You start, getting pushes and you can't get any armor breaks, and the ones that do break are all are pretty much all the the stuns and that. And you weather through it a bit, and then just a little bit past halftime, I just kind of started going, could be worse, All my players are still alive, and that was better than last season, so you start having fun with it again.
Indeed, and you did have a very pragmatic view when you joined us in the announcing booth earlier, and I think that was also reflected in your earlier press release, which can be read on www.mmlpro.com. See if I can plug it anymore. I don't know how many viewers we've got left. If there's anyone in the chat that wants to ask a quick question, they ought to type it in now. So, my question to you, Shots, though, is, of course, is the Slaughterhouse going to survive this match? Or are you going to have to find another stadium?
I actually think we better all evacuate because the fans are going nuts already. It's pretty much done. We knew this going in. Either if it was a good result, they tear it apart. If it was a bad result, they tear it apart. If a fireball gets loose without this weather calming it down, it burned down. It's kind of the curse of the Green Tide Titans. Generally, whenever we play them at home, the stadium gets destroyed for whatever reason. It's just kind of the way that it is.
And that
it comes to something in a Bill Cower Power Hour game where the only person served is a Bill Cower Power Hour player.
I was going to say that beer stand didn't help.
was I was missing my frenzy player, and I knew you had one, and I was like, it takes away one thing that I love to do. I like to pull the cage to a sideline
on the guy. You could have done with that rather than guard, man.
Yeah, but long term I wanted the guard, so we'll see. I'll have to get another frenzy piece at some point.
The question is, why have you not got a Minotaur?
That might be in the works long term. I got to see what next season's schedule is, but there's been rumblings that Bill Cower himself has not been happy with the not making playoffs. So we may end up seeing.
I've got an option for you. I've got a slightly worn troll. Stick a couple of horns on him. He's good to go as a Minotaur.
Yeah, but he has flagellance problems.
Oh God,
we're not going Nurgle or undead here. I mean,
yeah. How do you think Big Mo did perform in that match, London?
That was one of his better games. He didn't have too bad a game. I think it was once that he stood there drooling, and that was it. He seems to focus on these Power Hour games. They're like the highlight of the season for him. If only we could get him to concentrate in the playoffs as well.
I was determined that Knobcreep was going to kill him. But he had his chance and he didn't take it. So yeah,
interesting fact. Anyone... I think Big Mo has died before, but regen back. Some
trolls you just can't get rid of.
You just can't get rid of him. I don't know how many viewers we've got at this moment, but there's no one asking any questions in the chat at the moment. So I don't know whether does anyone want to say anything else? Chase, do you want to say anything? Because you've not had a chance to say anything. Chase?
Well played to both coaches.
Oh yeah.
Cheers, Chase,
Disappointed
mate.
that the free bribe wasn't used.
There you go. I'm so glad that Chase was. I'm so glad that Chase did the obligatories. Yeah, I wanted to say that as well. Well played to both coaches. It was very entertaining. It was a match that it didn't quite go as anyone had billed it to go. Least of all, you Thunden dreading it all the way through from the beginning. But yeah, it didn't disappoint. It was an interesting match, and I think. To be honest, it ended the way that I've been predicting and not predicting it, the way that I was hoping it was going to go, with at least both sets of teams coming out of it in pretty healthy fashion and so I hope that you both have a really great remainder of the season, and it was indeed extremely well played.
Thanks, Joe. Let's like to say I've also got a new Magic beanie will be in attendance at every game from now on.
I lost you there. You got a new.
So I have a new Magic Lucky beanie, which will now be in attendance every game.
I saw you donning it. Yes, that's good. I'm waiting for my my T-shirt, my official MML merchandise T-shirts to come through, which are also available on the website.
One, did you? You didn't. Oh, Joe. Say it ain't so, Joe.
I also bought a Slan Sears one as well.
Oh, that's all right. I can accept that, but bloody hell. But yeah, I'd just like to say, well played, shots. It's always like I said before, it's always a pleasure playing you. And thank you very much for commentating, Joe. Definitely, really appreciate you doing that. And I know you were worried about it beforehand, but you're a pro, mate. It was lovely, really nice commentary.
Oh, thank you,
Chase, as well. Appreciate you and Chase, chipping in and putting in the time and effort, and it's one of those where I appreciate Thunder, and it's one of those where it's always a good game, it's always fun, and it's one of those where even when the dice are bad, I still have a good time, so I got no complaints. I wish you luck in the playoffs. I hope that this could be the season where things go a little bit better for you, and I know you don't want that kind of pressure on the team, but I got a good feeling about this one. You can have the bad feelings, I'll have the good feelings.
All right, man. Cheers very much. Obviously not qualified for the playoffs yet. Still a few matches to go. So
yeah, go do something with those undead.
I'm going to try.
Open the door for me.
Apparently they like a little bit of mighty blow and piling on.
Oh, they love that. Yeah,
right,
no,
okay.
Because it's overpowered. Trust me. I have it, and like you just cut through orc teams. Like I'm talking dead,
so I hear,
injured. Yeah, like they run for the hills when you show up with that.
There's almost no point in turning up against the team with claw and pile and mighty blow.
Oh yeah, no, I'd stay home. It's safer, and less stadiums get burned down that way too.
Ooh. Controversial commentary. I wouldn't possibly comment. You may think that.
No, it was a great game. I appreciate everybody that chipped in on that. It's a good time. I'm going to continue getting drunk and having a nice laugh, and I'll probably be on the farm in about 15 minutes, so if anybody's bored...
Might see you there, Shotzi.
Yeah. I might be there as well.
Thanks, everyone. This was MMLPro.com, PS4 Blood Bowl 2 League. If you're still watching and your name happens to be Spawn of Cthulhu, because... I know you're watching. We can feel you watching.
The legendary spawn of Cthulhu. I was being really good all evening. I was being really very good all evening and not saying anything like that. It's all you guys that started, not me.
One more message for a coach who might be watching out there. If your name is @DongEagle, then just like to say to you, good luck in the pros, buddy. I'm sure you're going to get there this year.
Don Eagle. Said,
yeah, who's he?
Don Eagle. He is to me what More Shots is to you. He was my first loss, and I think he's going to run away before I can get to him.
Well, apparently he's bringing some huggers next season.
I can't wait for the huggers to get here.
It'll take a couple of seasons, man, but hopefully we'll see you there.
Season of the rabbit, my friend.
I'm gonna close out the broadcast now, but thank you all for watching. As many times we've said, MMLPro.com for all your Blood Bowl 2 PS4 needs. Thank you very much to Jofro and Chase for commentating. Thank you very much to my opponent and wonderful friend and coach, More Shots. And thank you to Big Mo for not being a complete idiot today. Closing out. See you later, guys.